Hey guys, we're doing a quick video here. I know it's been quite a while since I've uploaded, and we're not even doing car stuff today. We are doing chainsaw stuff today. I'm not super knowledgeable on chainsaws, but I'm gonna sit in the back of the car. But I do know a good amount about just general two-stroke stuff. I know an okay amount of chainsaw, but you know, enough to get me by. But let's get into it. We're gonna do a quick teardown of I believe it's a Skilsaw 1624 with an automatic oiler and solid state ignition. It's my little project saw, so let's get into it. So right off the bat, you can see I've already got it all torn apart. I'm gonna do a build, rebuilding it, putting it all back together video, or part of the video later once I get some parts. However, I was able to diagnose my issue, which was that I was not getting any power, or actually I wasn't getting it to start at all. First big issue I didn't realize, I was completely out of gas. And a duh kind of thing. You'd think that I'd check that, but these old saws is kind of hard to know when you have gas, especially with this one because it has a black fuel tank. Now you may be thinking, well, why is that a bad thing? Well, it's not a bad thing per se. However, it makes it hard to see how much gas you have in there. And I literally flipped this upside down a few minutes ago. Look, watch this. Nothing, not a drop. So that being said, that's one of the reasons why I wouldn't run. But then I was kind of digging into it a little deeper, and I pulled on one of the lines. I'm going to show you something that Skilsaw did that was kind of cool. Actually, it's based off a Poland saw, so yeah. But I'm going to show you why this is kind of cool. I just think it's kind of cool that you can just, well, this is what you can do with these fuel lines. Right here, this is your carburetor. There's your air filter right there. There's your fuel inlet, and it comes through this handle down here, and it comes into your line, which then feeds into this tank. I will show you why I think that is so cool, because this handle isn't just a handle. Hook that screw. We're gonna make that go in 3, 2, 1, and there you have it. It kind of comes off, and you can inspect part of your fuel line here. Now here's where I had an issue. This fuel line looked great, and I thought, oh yeah, you know, maybe there's a tiny little crack in there somewhere. I don't think so. I think it's all good. We may end up replacing it because I just want to have a nice running saw that I never have to worry about. However, this is a two-section or a two-piece fuel line system. I'll show you what I mean. If you look under here, there's this little, let's see if I can, there's this little nipple right there. Don't laugh. There's a little nipple right there that this connected to. This is where I realized I had a much bigger problem. I couldn't just go get more gas because I went to go pull on this line and be like, oh, you know, let's just see if it's brittle. I pulled on it and this piece broke off from here, and this unfortunately leads directly into your fuel tank. There's this little hole right back here that this sticks into, and so I had to pull that fuel line out. And I made sure I popped the filter out too. I'm not sure I'm gonna get it back in there. I might not even run one. I'm going to, I say that. But yeah, so that being said, I found my issue. I'm gonna throw this all back together so I can stick it in my trunk so my neighbors don't steal it. So that being said, that's the diagnosis. Chainsaws are pretty simple compared to your modern combustion engines. Even, you know, your other two-strokes, you know, your two-stroke, do they even still make two-stroke lawnmowers? I really don't know. Like a two-stroke dirt bikes and such, they're a little more complicated. They have more moving parts and such. But this right here, this is a pretty easy diagnosis. If you want to get into chainsaws, I suggest doing more research than I did. I got this off a really good friend. He's got a lot of advice on this kind of stuff. I've texted him like a million times. His name's Stone. Great guy. He's actually my boss. He's taught me a lot about what I know about saws, but apparently I didn't listen enough to realize that I probably ought to check the gas tank a little better. So that's into the diagnosis. There will be some other parts to this because now I have to wait for fuel line to come in, or I can just go to the parts store. But I'm not sure if they'll have this kind of fuel line. So I'm gonna get back to you guys, and we'll see you next time.